Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is the Equine team checking in from Las Vegas.
Hi, everyone. Hello.
So allow us a few minutes while we set up a few things. So let's do this.
Thank you for joining because I think we have more invites now.
Yeah.
We should also post the info on.
I have 7 viewers already. Thanks, guys, for joining. We are taking it easy after about 13, maybe 14 continuous hours of setting things up. We also have Nick, fence maker.
Nick is hard at work.
Not at all coding.
And we are very excited about this release, as it marks a very important milestone for us. We'll share a little bit more about that, but before we get to the stables and while people come join, I suppose it's a good chance to check on audio. Okay, it seems that audio is fine. We have a bit of time, as we shared in the announcement. Stables will be deployed possibly within an hour, so it's not immediate. I hope you guys have been patient and hope you can be patient for the last stretch. Fingers crossed for no more surprise. It has been a very eventful, unfortunately, path, but it's how development is. But we already have a working version deployed. Actually, several working versions have been deployed throughout this. And we should be reaching that also being or becoming public. So we are at Las Vegas. We are together for the first time in person. That was a very exciting event for us. After about a year and 4 months since inception. And some of us have met very recently, but it's the first time we all meet together. We are in Las Vegas for CNFTCon, Cardano NFT convention, which is happening this weekend. Really hyped to be there. We have a booth that we've set up there, but it's also a really nice opportunity to meet our community members. It's a nice opportunity also to meet other Cardano NFT community members and to kind of share the fun, all of the common elements of enjoyment that we have. It's a great day to have this release coincide with this event, this beta release. I'll elaborate on this a little bit further, but first let's give the guys a chance to say hi.
Yeah, so hi again, everyone. Great to see we already have some people join, and definitely very exciting time for all of us, both from the perspective of Equine in general, but also from the fact that we can meet here, and we hopefully can meet some of you or who are here in Vegas for the CNFTCon. We started setting up the booth. It's not yet finished. That's the next step after we after we launch and after we finish this live stream. We're going straight to the convention to set it up. We're waiting for some of the stuff to arrive, which should be there soon. So yeah, awesome to be here, and I think we'll potentially have few other people joining us on the stream. Because things got a little bit hectic, we are not yet sure who will have time because things got a little delayed, but we'll soon know.
There's a shout out to Troy, but before that, since we have him here with us, there's a shout out also that we just actually arrived to Vegas a few hours ago. It had its own share of fun events, I'd say. But before that, a shout out to Aero Creator, I would say the only missing member of our community team who unfortunately couldn't make it this year, but we hope to see next time and then in next events. But this is a shout out from here, Vegas, from the team to you. I'd love to have you with us next time. It's to you, Todd.
Hi, everybody. Glad to be here. It was quite an exciting time. I'm really happy to be here and see everybody. To finally get to meet Fahad in person. Nick and Merrick. I hope to meet Zach and see Luke later today. So it's really going to be exciting times here. I know we got some fun things planned throughout the weekend. Luke and I are going to walk the crowd and do some streaming as we walk the crowd and some fun stuff. So I'm really excited about Stables. I mean, I'm really pumped. I haven't slept. I think I got about 2 hours sleep last night.
That's like us.
Yeah. So, but this is going to be fun. It's exciting, and we couldn't do it without the community. The community, this community has been rock solid all year, and it's awesome to be able to do this with the community. I look forward to meeting a lot of community members over the next couple of days.
100%. We've already met a few fellow, let's say, equine lovers before the event started. Shout out to all the folks who are right now watching and following us. Those who are excited about this beta release. Those who are in Asia, it's pretty late over there. Other parts of the world where time zone is not really on their side. So thanks for tuning in, and we appreciate your excitement. It's also about to become the beginning of the weekend. So it is an exciting time to have this at the dawn of the event happening as well. I'll elaborate a little bit before that. Nick, do you have any? We all talked. We can't talk about you. Say something.
Hi. We've been having a lot of good learning experience now. We have 3 dev teams that are completely separate and have to work together. So I'm trying to make a plan to integrate all their work together, which was done. But I think it's a good thing. The first release is just visiting your stable, connecting your wallet. So it's a soft release, right? There's no racing, no breeding going on yet. So for us, it's been a tremendous learning experience. It's been hard, fun and frightening. At a stable, we're unstable for a little second there. We got a lot of code pushes in the last few days and the last few hours too, and some of them broke and some of them were merging from different teams and didn't behave as expected, even though we had planned everything in. So I think if any advice should come out of this to any other project is release early, release often is a pattern in Raro. Do it. Fail fast so that you can get up faster and get your stuff together and get your 3 dev teams synced up and really realizing what the project is about and not coding in their little black, really realizing what project what the building is about. It was a lot of reality checks, but it was 3 teams. Now they know how each other work, so we're gonna be more. Well, the planning is just gonna be better next time around. We know what goes wrong, and it was a good thing. So release tiny features first to make sure you can actually deploy and do everything correctly.
Yeah. And I guess building on that, Nick, I think is the way we kind of planned the phases is also built on that, having the stables be the smallest release. It's just of what to expect Yeah, put up a chair.
You can take the chair if you want.
I'm good.
The stables function is basically, this feature is meant basically, let me do this. It's basically a combination of a place where you can see your horses, where you can see your jockeys. The intention is to have it also to show your skins. The reason we actually announcing this now as a public beta is to remind everyone we're basically end of the last quarter, which was 7 days ago. We realized that we need a little bit more work and testing. Through the testing, we've encountered a few bugs, and that has taken a substantial amount of time, which meant that we have managed to fix those bugs, but we also didn't get the extensive testing that we need. Then it really doesn't make sense to release something called a final release without having a beta test. Yes, I also went into the Discord and mentioned to people that we are releasing directly, and people asked about the beta. But it does make sense that this actually has to be and should be the beta. We expect things to be I mean, I would say definitely have bugs here and there. This is not meant to be a polished release. We've done our best to make sure that it works, to have the functions that are expected. But I think to us also the most important thing is, number one, this is a two-part release, or two main components that will be together. It's our new website version 2, which is very different. It's let's say built from scratch, or a very new version of the website, not the same one you saw for the Mint. It's going to be the same website that's going to host the platform when we have the races and everything. And then number 2 is the actual stables. That's another part that comes with it. The main functionalities will be basically looking at your collection, connecting your wallet before that, looking at your connections, basically looking at your jockeys. And we've had a few, let's see, usability things added in there. You can filter, you can search through if you have a bunch of horses, and all of that. There's one, we also added basically 2 types of views. So there's the 3D view, which is you clicking through the horses and watching them in a stable environment. The other option is a list view. The list view is meant to be a more kind of compact view where you can just scroll through and search. And if you have a bunch of horses and you want to see which ones are within a certain stat, it's just a kind of a browser that's customized for that. Now, this isn't meant to be the final version of the stables. There's one more functionality that we had hoped to have, but we'll have to roll out as we go forward. That's the configuration and the skins. So you won't, in the release that's going to come today, the beta release will not include the configurator, which is the skins, the jockey and the horse skins. This will be rolled out. We learned that some of the components we were using for that were not ready after a bit of testing. So this will need, hopefully in the coming weeks, we'll start rolling out these functions, along with rolling out any fixes that are required. We will be very, very happy to have everyone's support in trying out and figuring out what bugs they face. We'll provide you guys a way to provide feedback.
Yeah, I think I'll make a beta test channel so that you guys can complain there. I think that's the right place. So that everything gets put in the same place. I can answer. I can create issues in the Git so that we know what we need to address. And you guys will be testing, with different OSs, different mobile versions, not mobile versions yet, but different desktop versions, and reporting different bugs that maybe I don't have at my desk. So that's going to be good. And a quick word on connecting the wallet. I don't know if you guys have seen me coming out on Twitter, but we did think a lot about how to allow wallet connections with hardware wallets, because I was really pissed at being blocked out of a lot of apps that tried to authentify us by making it by using signed data, which doesn't work with hardware wallets. So I felt like I was getting punished for doing the right thing and using a hardware wallet, which is what everybody should do. So I want to encourage the community to use hardware wallets, put your horses in hardware wallets. So I made sure that signing in was a hardware wallet friendly. And then I gave the method away to the whole community on Twitter to make sure that people start using some way to let people into apps with hardware wallets, because I think that's just the wrong way, the wrong lesson to teach people. Well, you can't use any apps with your wallet, right? So if you want to keep your stuff safe, you can't. So I think that was a good thing. That did take a bit of thought and time, but it's in there already in the stables release. So that'll be also a bit of a test of that method. What you will see is you're going to be asked to sign a transaction. The transaction is not using your money. As you will see, it's using money from another wallet that you don't know about. And it's actually impossible to sign. So it's you're going to just, basically we're just asking you to sign here, but the transaction is impossible to submit. So there's no way to be spending any of your funds with it. There's no way to be stealing anything. We're just looking at your signature. Make sure you can sign with a key that you've got in your wallet. That's still not the best. We don't want to teach people to sign transactions to log into the things, but that's the only way to sign with your hardware wallet right now. So the moment that Ledger or Trezor updates their stuff and allow you people to sign data, we'll go back to another method, but this is the only method to not punish hardware wallet users. But still be careful whenever you sign a transaction. Make sure you can read the inputs, make sure you can read the outputs, make sure you kind of go, you're not sending your space buds away. So look at the inputs, look at the outputs. Eternal in particular shows you if you're sending stuff from your wallet to your wallet, where it's going, where that's. So just make sure you read your transactions before you sign them. Obviously, it's a safe transaction in eCoin. Be careful anyway. Be careful every time you sign something.
Yeah, and we have actually supported here 4 wallets. We have not tested extensively with all 4 wallets. We have Nami, Eternal, Flint, and Jero are the ones we have listed. If you guys encounter any bugs with any of them, please let us know so that we can take it up and figure out it's from our side, or if it's from the wallet side, then maybe we can contact the team there or reach out to them or ask you to reach out to them. We hope this selection, let's say, works, and we're basically basing this on the SIP30 compliant wallets. Is that right?
Yeah.
I have to remember my SIPs. So yeah, this is what we expect to have for this. The other thing is, expect it to possibly be janky at times. Expect some things to be weird. Let us know in case it's not something on our list. We already have a shopping list of things to improve. We realize that it's not meant to be a perfect final release, but it's natural and normal. We see this as an evolving product always. This is just the first step forward for us. It's a very important step, but it's not the final step in any way. It's a stepping stone into building. We'll also get closer now that we're much more familiar to the process of deploying and managing basically how we update the different parts. We get closer to also getting used to always bringing in updates and incremental updates to the platform. I think it's worth also to and maybe we owe this from the beginning, but I think we do owe some thanks to all those who are working with us in developing this, all the different groups that have been developing to make this release possible, and including both the development side and also the artist side, the level designers, the marketing team, everyone who's contributed to making this so far. There's been a lot of work on the level design that has happened before, so we're not mentioning it directly because it doesn't come to mind immediately, but it's a big part of the stables process. Our technical artist who's gone over the art and all of that. So yeah, this is what we are looking forward to. It is going to be a public beta. It is meant or expected to have bugs. It is supposed to work in its main functionality. We have tested basically using a normal wallet with, let's say, close to average wallet with 3 horses and 3 jockeys. We've also done testing with using our own. We don't have access to that wallet, but we're using another, let's say, way to access the blockchain data from the largest wallet that has horses. Shout out to Nerd Alert, as far as we know, ones that were at least an ADA handle that says nerd. So we've tested with both extremes to just make sure that horses are loading correctly and we can go through them and all of that. So that's the thanks that we have. We want to share with everyone our excitement for this. We expect it to be ready pretty soon. Turns out that the build and the merge and deployment process has taken a bit longer for our first, let's say, deployment, but we really look forward. I think it's maybe time to circle back now that we've given a bit of an update on the resets coming up, and since we need a bit of time anyway until it's ready, might be just a good time to touch on what's coming up for CNFTCon, which is starting tomorrow. We're gonna have a booth number 911. Booth 911 is we did not choose it for the number, but it's a good number to have. We have some nice activities there. We're gonna have. Are we telling people what we have already?
I guess we can. So, like, I think we already shared some of it, right? We'll have merge. Hopefully, everything will arrive on time. It's been a little bit hectic, not because of us this time, but the hurricane that happened in Florida did impact some. You're hiding. People are asking where you are.
I'm just off screen.
He's just sleeping off on the side.
I was picking my nose.
Yeah, so unfortunately, because of that tragedy that happened, there was some impact of shipments, which slowed down delivery of the T-shirts and polos, but we do hope they will arrive tomorrow. We do have some stickers, we do have some magnets, we do have some plushies with some extra secret that we'll reveal later today.
I don't.
And to get them, some of them you will be able to purchase, but some of them there will be also fun games. We'll have two games. One, it will be a kind of crane game where you can play and win prizes, and the other will be AR booth, photo booth, right? So where we will be able to scan a QR code and take some selfies with equine filters on top, and there will be a competition associated with that, where the people with the most likes on Twitter from the pictures they post will win prizes as well. So there will be a lot of things happening. We are also planning to talk to a lot of projects. It will be like we've been a bit slow on discussing collaborations, etc. Because first of all, we're busy building, and second of all, because we felt like this is the right time where we can meet face to face and see people and talk about opportunities, and it's gonna be very exciting. It's gonna be also very weird already after a day, a little bit here. It's like funny to see all those people who normally as a cartoon animal picture on Twitter. They are actual humans. They're very, very nice humans with a lot of great ideas, and I think this will be an amazing event to push Cardano NFTs forward in many different ways, right? So we will be part of it for sure, discussing options and opportunities for the future.
Yeah, we have a solid lineup because the event is also represented by so many big projects. It's just we have mutual respect, I say, for all these projects, and we respect all the founders who have been serious about what they're making and have this kind of standard. We've always been community driven, and we've always also loved the community as a grassroots project ourselves. We are all members of the Cardano NFT community before even making a project here. So obviously we're very familiar with the other projects that are building, as in we own many of them, we know the creators of many of them. It's just that kind of relationship and friendship, I would say, between the projects is just so vibrant, and it's very great to have. But also fellow collectors, fellow creators, seeing them all in one place together is just so, I can't say nostalgic, but it is in some way, because It's people you always hang out with, you just never hang out with in person. So when you see them, it's like all hugs and handshakes, and like people haven't seen each other in a long time and or never actually seen each other, but it's like you feel like you haven't seen them in a while, not like you haven't met them ever in person. So it's just really, really exciting.
Yeah. And there's a question here if you'll be also in the at the Rare Bloom event. Unfortunately not. We discussed that as an option, but in the end, for many different reasons of scheduling and personal and also purely budget, we decided this year we'll just focus on the CNFTCon. But it's definitely something that in the future years we'll consider, because it sounds like it's going to be an interesting event, very different from this one because it will not be focused on NFTs, but yeah, like this year we will not be able to make it there. I think next year we'll plan to show up there at least with some of us, right? Because it's also difficult to have the team from all over the world being in the US for 2 weeks or so. So yeah, we'll see where it goes, but overall, yeah, it's gonna be exciting either way. The expo area is huge. Like we went there this morning to start setting up with whatever we could because it was just too early. Like we didn't have yet all the furniture, all the TVs, etc. But the place itself is much bigger than I expected. There'll be a lot of projects, obviously, a lot of people. It's gonna be a lot of fun, I think. Yeah. So,
Troy, how was your trip to Vegas?
Well,
event.
So should we talk about the time that TSA stopped me and searched me this morning? Or about the homicidal maniac that busted the window on the shuttle? So
it says many levels about your dedication to the project that you go through all of these.
He's willing to travel the streets again and come over here.
Yeah. So this morning, I actually left Houston, Texas, and I had gone through TSA and they searched me. They searched all my stuff. They threw away. I mean, who knew you couldn't have a great big giant shampoo bottle? But yeah, they threw that away. But then they let me go.
Did you got the quadruple S on your boarding card? Because I heard that's the winning ticket for getting everything searched in the US.
I got the winning ticket today, that's for sure. But then after I got here, I take a shuttle bus over to the hotel. And we're going down Las Vegas Boulevard, and there's a guy that walks just across the street. He's walking into traffic. He clearly did not have the little walk symbol on the sign. He walks into traffic. We're still moving. He comes up to our shuttle bus, and he slams, and he hits one window. We're still moving. He hits the other window, shatters it. The bus driver throws it in park, goes chasing the guy down the street. The guy actually got away, but the police caught him.
Right.
So his hand's probably all busted up. It totally shattered that window.
Yeah, definitely. Like kind of that's more of an anecdote, not a funny one in a way, but obviously that connects to events yesterday on the strip. I'm not sure how many of you followed, but.
That happened yesterday. They told us about
it did. I was not so far off from there actually.
It actually was the same spot the guy told me.
So yeah, I mean, it's been obviously the police is all over the place, and it's a very sad event with people being attacked in the middle of the day because it was like 11, but a.m., not even p.m., right? But well, hopefully it's safer now, just because even last night there was so much police. Yeah. So many policemen and policewomen on the street, but I mean, it's just a random freak event, right?
It was.
And to be fair, Las Vegas probably has above fair share of those events happening just because of the nature of the city.
You would think it would be, it wouldn't be that bad. Hey, one thing I wanted to circle back to is I really want to thank Nick for working it out to where we can use our hardware wallets. That is like the best thing ever. I personally bought a ledger here a while back because I was concerned about having my horses in just a hot wallet, and so I put them in a ledger. In fact, all my equine assets are in a ledger. And I love the fact that Nick actually took the time to work that out to where we can use hardware wallets. That just speaks volumes to you guys, to the founders, that just the dedication and the commitment to quality and safety that you all have for the project and for the community. So, really, thank you, Nick.
It's working.
Thanks,
out.
You're welcome.
Nick and Fahad disappeared because they are working out to have the release pushed.
And the other thing I wanted to say about the release, there was talk the other day in the Discord about beta. I think having it as a beta is a good thing, and I think most of the community members felt the same way. That it's released as a beta, so we're able as a community to go through it and determine and find all the things that that might need to be fixing or tweaked or whatever. So that is a good thing. That's not a bad thing, because the rest of the community I saw last week was totally behind having a beta first. So that's really good.
No, and it makes sense, because honestly, let's be frank, this whole thing will be a beta for a while, right? It's natural these days that this type of games and products do take time to release and update and perfect. As Nick said, the good thing is with stable is that it's kind of I don't want to say it's a simple thing, because it actually creates an architecture for everything else, right? Because the way horses and jockeys are presented as a data will be used in the same way in marketplace, in breeding. So basically we are building it sounds like, it's just stables, but actually we are building a lot of the back of the app, right? Obviously
the foundation.
Obviously breeding and racing, there's the whole engine thing, which is a separate complexity, which we will will have. It's totally fine. Nick is working hard on that in parallel. We are working on the 3D part of the racing. Obviously, breeding will not have a 3D part. We will save people that part of visualization. So I think in that sense it's good, because it's simpler from the safety even perspective, right? Because we are talking about reading the wallet, not signing transactions that will submit the horses anywhere, right? So we will work it out, and thank everyone who is there and here with us, but in general who will be trying and sharing. I'm sure you will find something we didn't. We actually found few smaller things that we would like to fix, but they are not big enough to stop us from releasing. It's like minor annoyances. We have a few perfectionists here on the team, or maybe perfection is the wrong word, but there are some things where a bar changes by few pixels when you jump from one screen to another, stuff like that, which will be taken away. But we don't want to delay by a day just because of that, right? So we'll be finding that, you will be finding that, and together we'll make it great app, right? And then we will take all that into the social part, into the racing, into the breeding and marketplace.
Right.
Yeah.
It's 95% hooked up, but some weird little things. I just saw your jockey's rarity is a fixed number right now, so it's always 12.4%. Don't worry about it. We're gonna hook it up. So there's little things that are missing, but we try to connect everything. But those are little things we can just roll out and update.
Yeah, and I think it also shows how many of those little things add up when you do something so simple. Right?
Yeah.
It is quite impressive, because it's a lot of small pieces that work together or does not work
Don't
together,
work
right?
together. Yeah.
And it's like some things might work well if you press one button, and suddenly not so well when you press the other button that should do the same exact thing. So we caught a lot of it in the last 2 weeks, I would say, but a few more things are still there.
And your fix might also break something else.
Oh yes,
So
that's what happened today, right?
That's a classic in software dev, but don't underestimate this effect. It's really fun.
Yeah. Well, that literally happened like an hour ago, right?
Yeah.
We had everything ready. We pressed the button.
Broke the build, no more stable. Oh, wait, is that the stable release with no stable? Let's try to fix that. No, it's fine.
Well, I also think that's what makes this this platform as awesome as it is. There's other platforms out there that are so simplistic that ours is much more of a higher quality. And because of that, it has many more elements. And so those are just things that have to be worked through. But that's what makes Equine Equine.
Well, we have a whole admin website that you guys will never see to create content for the news, for the races, for that manage anything that's got admin rights to it. So there's a whole website you guys will never see. It's also being developed as we go so that we can create the news items and create stuff like that. So it's called a content management site. So it's a CMS. So we have that going on. So there's actually 4 things, right? There's a front end, a back end, a mobile app, and the admin website. And the mobile app is being developed right now. And I am in talks with everybody that can help us integrate the mobile versions, right? I'm in talks with Eternal. I'm in talks with everybody is trying to get that working. Flint Wallet was also making strides towards trying to integrate apps. In Flint Wallet, you can have a link that takes you in Flint Wallet in your app, so that you're in the app, but you're still in the wallet, so that you can then connect to the wallet even on mobile. But that only works if your app is a website. But our app will be a native app. So there's challenges, but in that context, we're still having the mobile app created and worked on so that it does have the features. It's just impossible to connect your wallet. So we're not releasing it until the wallet is being up to the technology that we need to be able to take you guys to your wallet so you can sign a transaction, come back in the app and be logged in or something, like some way to integrate that correctly. But we're not waiting. We're having the app the mobile app parallel to the desktop app, so that when somehow the wallet integrations problems get solved, we can just connect it, and suddenly you should be at pretty much the same level on mobile that you are on desktop as for your experience. And we've had a whole design built for mobile, having the app developed. So that's being done in parallel. So it's also taking time and resources, but we'll be ready when it comes that way.
Now the mobile is going to be both Android and iOS on Apple.
Well, iOS and Apple are the same thing.
Yeah.
iOS and
Android and iOS.
Yes, yes,
Right.
and it's in
iOS and Apple.
and it's in landscape mode only, and there's the navigation was rethought, and everything is designed for mobile. So
that's awesome.
And it might happen that one of them will allow the connector faster than the other.
It might be.
So it's possible that, let's say, Android comes up first.
Right.
And then, as always, iPhone will be a little bit later.
And be a lot more hard, and will take a percentage of our profit, probably. That's how Apple rolls.
Kind of take 30%. But so does Android.
Sure.
You can override it a little bit.
So we'll see how that comes. But just saying the app is developed and working like at the same level on mobile. We're just waiting until we can find a good way to connect to your wallets on your mobile. Was there a question that you popped up there that you wanted us to answer? Or?
Yes. Okay. Now you're just flexing, friends.
You're just flexing.
I think this was about the mobile app. Or about your guns. I don't know.
Maybe I was flexing. Was I flexing? I'm sorry. I was not trying. No, I was. I was just explaining.
No, that's the uttermost about you explaining the CMS and what it does.
Oh, oh, yeah, we're doing. Yeah, it's four things.
He wants access to GitHub to QR code.
Which part of the code?
Next code.
My code? Just everything I coded?
Yeah.
Then I think right now there's less, right? We've
Yeah.
been using their code more.
Yeah.
I have been coding more than I should have, but
Part of the learning process, I guess.
part of the learning process, yeah. Yeah, this is what I want you to do. Like, do it like this.
Yeah, but that also is an interesting experience when selecting the teams to work with, right? Because like some teams will know exactly everything. This is how blockchain works, and this is what we need. And others need some explanation to make it work.
Right, and sometimes I've been naive or wrong, because I assume everybody know what a blockchain, a crypto wallet is. And like people are like, "What the fuck is this?" I'm sorry, what is a seed phrase? Install the wallets and everything. So like, okay, let's screen share. And then we're like, install the wallet, you go in your browser extension, you take the seed phrase, because we made a test wallet and gave it to all our dev teams so that they could have a wallet with a few horses, skins, and donkeys, so that they can test, right? They can install it, restore it on Nami, restore it on Flint, restore it on Jero, and just try and the app. But I didn't explain it at first. I was like, hey, just install the wallet. What are you guys doing? And
we take it for granted.
They're like, we don't know what a wallet,
we take it for
wallet
granted.
is, sir. Sir, I don't know what you mean. So yeah, I've been working in this so deep that sometimes I forget. Some people don't know what a crypto wallet is.
Why doesn't it doesn't mean that they don't know what programs
no.
It.
Right.
It's
right.
just that one thing
completely separate. Like they shouldn't have to know. So yeah. So I've been teaching a bit about blockchain. But
so a couple things about the stables. I'll throw out some questions to you that I know I've been asked recently.
Yeah.
I think I already know the answer, but we won't be able to name the stables at the stable release, right?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
No, some of the things that are going to be recorded on the blockchain, like naming your stable, naming your horses,
right?
Train, stuff like that. I want that to be on the blockchain, and so. Everything that is blockchain related, we came up with a good custom solution for volatile data being stored on the blockchain that I think is interesting. Have more people using them, have more people trying them out. And then we came up with just a little solution to post metadata online in a way that is safe. And we're going to have an indexer. An indexer is just something that is locked to your Cardano node and looks at every block coming in. So every transaction coming in, every block that's being written, the indexer just looks at it. And it goes like, oh, here's a message from Equine. Here's a metadata update. And it just stores it. And it keeps an up-to-date version of volatile updates. So let's say you've got 5, not right now, but you've got 5 daily races per horse. Well, when every time you race, I want that to be 4, 3, 2, 1. One field to say the daily race went from 5 to 4. That's annoying, and that's annoying for you to see your NFT being double minted and burned every time.
Right.
So we came up with a completely different metadata scheme that just says horse X daily race 4. So daily race will be updated to 4 and back to the blockchain, sent to the blockchain. The indexer that we build, we're gonna share in a way that somebody else could run it and prove that the data that we're providing is public and that people can see the same result. But we're also going to provide it in a way that hopefully, Smog, are you listening? We're going to come up with a way that you could see the metadata live on Bula PM and on different platforms by having a link to an oracle that will give that is the truth. But the truth will come from the blockchain. So you could come to it independently by looking at the blockchain, but we're going to also provide an up-to-date live everything of stats of every horse. So that you could click there on Pool Up PM, get your static metadata, and get your volatile metadata saying daily race 3, race points X, earnings, like a bunch of your data that will change constantly. So we don't want to burn your NFT and update the NFT every day or 5 times a day, but we will have an extra few fields that are volatile, that are meant to change often. And we'll give a source of truth for that, where the ultimate source of truth will be the blockchain.
Okay.
But we'll be providing it more easily so that Pool Up PM can just query it and add it, tack it on, and have you shown your live horse stats all the time. Like you do a new race, you press F5, you should see that, well, within 30 seconds-ish, you should see the daily race go from 4 to 3. And
so naming a horse or a stable is going to be a future feature. It's not going to be.
Well, the indexer is going to be worked on in the background while we're putting out the social release, and it's going to be out and fully featured for racing because we need it.
Right.
So at that time, you will be able to activate your horse, race. While you activate it, you can name it.
Yeah,
so
we don't want to have 2 Charlie Browns.
Yeah, that'll be one thing. That'll be one thing.
Or 2 Predators, or 2 Jets, or Derns, or Okay.
So that's a feature request. You want unique names. That's probably that's doable. That's probably a rule we can enforce. But is that in real life? I don't know. I don't know if they force.
I don't know. We would have to ask Zach that.
What do they do? What if 2 people from different countries name their horse Lightning and then they race together?
I think based on the registry, whichever registry it is, they have a record of what name has been used. That's why you can't really
names
register.
Are unique?
Yes.
Fully unique?
If you're registering them. If you're registering
awesome.
them, if it's a pedigree horse that's registered for racing, it has to have a
equine horses are pedigree.
They are pedigree horses.
Yeah. Yes. They're registered on the block.
Yeah. I mean, their parents are unknown, but they have.
They are.
Yeah.
So until your horse dies, then his name can be reused. But even when they're dead,
Really?
Names are forever.
Really?
Until you run out of names, then you have IPv6.
Minus 13.
Then you will
minus
have
4.
the names like the Elon Musk is calling his children.
Yeah.
Oh. Near.
In the background, things are happening, guys. So
They are.
we are.
They're constantly happening.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Fun stuff.
I'm talking literally about the website. It's almost there.
Very nice.
I mean, when I'm saying almost there, I'm not 100% sure that the team, like Fahad and Nick, are checking right now if it's all working correctly, because on the mobile, obviously, there's no way to connect the wallet, as we just discussed.
You're right.
Although that should technically be able to work through the browser, as Nick said.
Lots happening today.
Yeah.
Today is a big day. Today is actually the biggest equine day of the year so far. I mean, equine, the stable release is the biggest day since we minted.
Yeah, which was December, right? So that was
December. It's been a long time. I have to say something about that too. I mean, the way this community has held together, the way this community has grown together and bonded together, we have probably one of the strongest communities I've ever seen. It's just it's an incredible community, and it's just not just a bunch of people. I mean, this community is really family. I mean, you get out there and you talk to people, and you're talking to people like family. I mean, you're like, hey, I wonder how JP's doing today, and Nerd. I mean, everybody knows Nerd. Hey, he's driving over from Vegas. We all know that. I hope he has safe travels. I mean, it's like people know people, and they actually become part of your family, like you, and Fahad, and Nick. I mean, and Jerome. I mean, everybody, and Luke. Everybody is family. Rachel. Everybody.
No, absolutely. we've been very lucky, and thank you everyone again. Repeating myself here, but we really appreciate your support. We know, without you, this whole thing would not be happening anyway. And I think what I really appreciate on top of what you already said is also that we have a very mature followers and supporters and contributors, right? Because I think from the very beginning, it was very clear it's going to be a journey. It's going to take time. It's not going to be tomorrow. It's clearly taking the time. So we are happy to have people understand that. I think the way we minted and the way we set expectations was clear from the beginning, and that helps. But even there, it's NFT, and we know everyone has a very, or not everyone, but usually the vision is more short term. Obviously, for us here, we want to get everyone engaged and happy, but there is a bigger picture here, right? So we want to make sure that we have the game that you deserve, and that requires a bit more than a few hours of coding and few hours of setting it up. So yeah, that's what we are doing, and hopefully with also with your feedback, because we love listening to the feedback and taking into account, we will get that game that really creates what you want and what you deserve. Yeah, so I see here a bit of a discussion about the names. I think there's a good point that Kenny Jones has, that if the name is used again after the horse died, that confuses the lineage, which I agree. That makes a lot of sense. Like most of the racehorses have kind of a combination. The name is more than just one word typically. So I think that's one way to make sure we have the uniqueness while we don't run out of the names. I think that's a very fair point. And it's something that, we actually already thought about it to some extent, because we had this idea of having, of course, giving you a chance to name your horses however you want, as long as it's not offensive, right? That we cannot allow, and we will have to be careful about that. But we also know our community is generally good about it. We had a certain enormous horse from our friend.
I fell for that.
Yes, and Fahad did call it out in a full name. And look, it's all good fun, but there is certain lines that we don't want anyone to cross, and I think people know that. But yeah, we wanted to have those names, but we are also thinking about potentially having more generic names for the horses that are predefined, kind of.
We almost went down that path in the beginning. I remember, because I actually was helping make up those names. I was sitting in my room at one night, a couple nights, or for like a week, coming up with a bunch of names, generic names.
Yeah, and I did that with Zach after as well. For now, we scrapped it because we felt like it's potentially could be confusing. The idea behind it was that if we can create a list of words that in double combinations can give us the tens or hundreds of thousands of names, that could potentially allow for some voiceover during races later, because like obviously it would be hard for the automatic voiceover to pick up any name, right? Like Charlie Brown, unless it's predefined. But if we have lightning, and then the lightning could be black, quick, white. Well, we have to be careful with colors. They have to match the color of the horse and all that stuff. But I think for now, we decided that could be something for more of a version 2 or version 3, if it makes sense. But yeah.
Being able to name your horse, though, personalizes it.
Oh, yeah.
It makes it more... like for example, like using Charlie Brown. I mean, Charlie Brown is my wife's horse, which we all know. We all know it's her. I only get to borrow him from time to time, but it personalizes it. It makes it special, So there's horses out there that people have personalized, Jack, Dern, Champion, Amp. Those are just personalized names.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, we found one of the bugs we fixed just before release is still in the release, but that's okay. It's not one that's not one of the
okay.
big stuff.
I'm not pissed at all.
That's what happens sometimes. It's like we send a list of things to fix, and one of them
or the fix itself.
I'm getting scared.
No, it's a tiny thing. It's just like the jockey's display of determination, wisdom, and is just not
in one place. It's correct
with icons and everything like we wanted. In the other place, sometimes it's numbers, sometimes it's icons, and it seems disconnected.
So we know about that.
But it's beta, so it's expected.
I know. But I fixed it this morning, so I'm pissed.
Oh, okay.
When you fix it, you see it work, and then you're like,
get it next week.
Yeah, we'll get it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is Saturday, might not happen, but
Tonight.
Yeah, but our programming team has been working Friday night.
Yeah, they're in a country where we've had them working all evening and night.
I know you've been working a lot because I've gotten onto the Discord and I see your name with that green light right next to it. In fact, I think I asked you the other night. I said, shouldn't you be asleep by now? And you said, yeah, I should. But I'm not.
In certain countries, I should be awake and working. You don't know. Yeah, the last few weeks have been pretty hectic.
Well, you're from Canada, right?
Yeah, Montreal.
Montreal. Okay. So I figured you should have been asleep because you're on the side of the world as me, and I was like, man, he's still up working.
Well, yeah, I've got a wife and baby, so I wait till they're asleep, and then they don't know that I'm coding in secret.
You did have a new baby?
Yeah, 13 months old.
13 months old. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I think it was a boy.
Yeah.
It's a boy.
It still is. Yeah.
It's still a boy.
Until he's like 7 or 8 and he can choose. But for now, it's still a boy.
That's awesome. That's really awesome.
We're having a lot of fun. It's teething right now.
Really?
Are there any more questions?
Yeah, the good news is that we actually have the website working.
So people must have found it already.
No, I don't think so.
It's so secret. Nobody can figure it out. We're masterminds here.
Yeah, it's almost as hard as cracking our DNA.
Yeah, perfect. Exactly.
Let's not say that this way because
I know. That's why. Let them try.
DNA is easier than this.
Yeah.
Password is 1 2 3 4 5 6.
Yes. I am just doing.
There's no password to DNA. People stop.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. So I need to do this, and I say.
You're publishing?
I'm redirecting the main domain to the subdomain.
It's crazy.
Apparently,
No, I'm kidding. What? Am I doing something wrong? No, I'm kidding. I'm just tired. It's all good.
It's only been.
We need a fan to just have somebody send coffee over here. You can do coffee in your room.
I have a coffee machine somewhere in the back there.
Let me disappear for a second.
It's an interesting setup. Alex, if you have a fast connection, check it.
Nerd Alert says stop for lunch. Be here in about 2 hours.
But we have the second half of our team actually been working on the booth, but we're also going to join them. Have Rachel. Oh, that's weird. So maybe that's cached.
Yeah,
Rachel and Zach have been working on this on the booth. So I am just testing one thing before we can cut the ribbons. Might have done this.
Cut the ribbons.
Virtual ribbon. Ribbon NFTs, which you can cut by burning.
gonna mint you golden scissors.
Yeah. What the app utility? Doesn't work.
No.
Disposable brew basket.
This is odd.
The words you want to hear.
I'm wondering if I should dig into this now or later. Have to dig.
Okay, so since this is
How does okay?
It's not redirecting. So the website address is still a secret.
That's good.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, we just you
I
deploy
like
on a
to-
weird address and then you redirect it to the normal address. That's
Yes,
that's what we're doing. I told you that might take a few seconds to minutes to actually be updated in the registry.
yeah.
That's just doing nothing.
Yeah, because it's taking time. But on the other hand,
That looks so nice.
Yeah, we're
show
waiting.
me on mobile.
I think that looks beautiful.
it looks good. It just doesn't connect.
I think
But
it
it should
I think it looks
connect
beautiful.
through the browser inside the wallet, right?
That browser could work.
That looks beautiful.
I have to talk to the Eternal folks are coming to CNFTCon.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah, pretty sure Marcel. Yeah.
Marcel is coming.
I like the color.
There is also a dark mode.
Yes.
Colors mean
Yes.
There is also a dark mode.
There is.
Yeah.
enter app. Okay, rotate to your phone. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's no.
You're not currently connected, right? Connect the wallet.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Tool maker.
Hopeful, but yeah. Of course it's not like I need
It
it.
works.
Yeah.
Connect the wallet.
That would have been weird because I know I did not connect that, so it works on mobile. Would have been funny.
It'd have been great.
Well,
It'd have been funny and
it's
great.
disturbing and great. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It might be the first solution is actually that where you will be navigating to our app in the browser in your wallet. So it'll be just a web app instead of a native app.
Right.
That
you
could
can
be the
use it,
first
yeah.
solution. That kind of a hack and kind of go through it. If our website is responsive correctly, we could do that. But that's less good than having a native app. So we're developing the native app the whole way, and the moment we can have a good connection, that's going to be the real solution. But yeah,
When it's on this website.
yeah, we know that.
Not great.
Oh. You can report that on the beta test channel on Discord.
Yes, that's what you can do.
I mean,
Yeah, I apologize, people on the stream. I cannot optimize my not blocking the screen while working on the same PC.
yeah. Did we tell you that me and Fahad had a work meeting at from 4 a.m. to 5:15? Just impromptu, just a little get together and work on this.
Yeah.
Fun
It's been a
schedule.
long few days, weeks.
I'm glad we've got something. I mean, there'll be a few bugs that people will report. We'll fix those. It's been a really great reality check and getting everything together and get all the teams synced. Like I said, that's if nothing else, for us, it's been a great thing to merge everything together. Are you confident in what you're doing, Fahad, right now?
Always.
Are you
Then
faking?
he knows.
Are you faking this confidence? Or is this, or do you know what you're doing? Because I don't know what you're doing. I'm totally deploying a website. Shush. This is all good.
Have you never deployed a website?
I've never deployed a website before. I'm a scientific programmer.
I use GoDaddy. Is that GoDaddy? That's
Yes.
not GoDaddy.
Yep.
That don't look the same.
It's a small,
But
higher
yeah, when
resolution
you-
screen.
And you're just redirecting URLs. Every app looks the same.
Yeah.
Are we like ignoring questions and stuff?
Probably.
No, we're not.
No. Okay.
So I think I actually wanted to share my screen.
So that's GoDaddy.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. You were. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I've seen that. I think.
Let's see
A while
if
ago, right?
this
Yeah,
works for some reason.
That's where I made.
Got a countdown to what? The stable release? Oh no.
Yeah, he's been posting it every hour.
Yeah. DMing me every hour too.
Are you awake? Let's go.
Why are you awake?
Are you working?
Why are you awake? It's the middle of the night. I know. You should say when ? You're just refreshing our website.
I'm breaking the F5 button.
Can you check the chat so you can see what people are saying?
Where? Here, there's nothing. If we are still live.
Is
Are
there
we still
anyone
live?
there?
We have 37 viewers who are figuring out how to.
Trying to hack find the address to the website.
Well, actually, it's quite.
That's why I was considering just sharing the normal without the redirect. Just going.
Oh well, you can do
We
that.
can
yeah.
share it. There's no point waiting.
Yeah, share the
because
long. Share
looks
the
like
long.
it's somehow.
Share the long address.
Yeah,
It's okay.
let's share that with people
People,
here.
the address is also a beta test.
1 second.
Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll redirect it to a cleaner, nicer ADA handle. No.
This is like a long address.
Yeah. It's a
No, actually, it's not that
Well,
long.
no, it's not that bad. But it's a deployment address. That's okay. It just allows you to put out new versions.
Well, apparently,
But it's not part of a tree of other versions or
Try
other
to open
stuff,
the
right?
other browser.
No.
yeah, I'm doing.
Well, basically,
that.
it's unique. So you can push out a new version, make sure it's working on that weird address, and then redirect the current version to the new version so that it just swaps the website for you guys to the newer version easily. That's
So
just
there is like no downtime, basically,
Yeah.
this way, right? It's
exactly, and you
just-
can test it before you switch it. you can set it live, check it. When it works, you switch it to the new one. Hygiene, procedure, security, and you check your stuff.
Now, I believe the best use of everyone's time would be that we thank you all for tuning in. We'll figure out the technicalities within the next few minutes. It is working. We just need to set up some redirect. We'll get back to you guys soon. Keep an eye out on Twitter, Discord, and we'll share that.
Shouldn't we share it here to those who listen to us rambling for 1 hour?
Right.
That's a good idea. Let me post it using
Yeah.
the non-redirected version.
So this is the longer address. It will change to the main one. For you guys, thank you for tuning in. And I know it's crazy hour.
So the real address will be app.equine.gg when it works. So that would be the app, and the other one is website.equine.gg. But right now, we're going to give you a weird address.
No, it also works actually. Those work.
Yeah.
Just time to
Equine,
redirect www.equine.gg to redirect to website.equine.gg.
Oh, that's fine. Okay.
No, but the app is sending people straight to the app.
That's
it works.
It got fixed then.
Yeah.
So I'm sharing my screen. You guys, whoever is still tuned in, is watching this. So it's website.equine.gg.
You're sharing your screen now?
I am sharing my screen. Can you guys see my screen? Is anyone still watching?
There's some talk about showgirls.
37 bots.
Yeah, actually, let me use the word that has and use the browser that has a wallet. So this is our new website.
Set it up to dark mode.
I will do that soon.
Actual renders from Arcane.
We enter the app.
Oh, you were already
I'm already
connected.
connected. I'm already connected.
That's good. Is that the test wallet?
That is the test wallet.
Alright.
It has 3 horses. I'm going back and checking. You guys can't see my screen.
Oh, cannot.
Okay,
oh,
then
because
let
you
me-
didn't share.
I know I was
Yeah.
sharing, but I was possibly sharing a specific one. But good to know that people are watching.
We were just testing, actually, making sure you guys were watching. It's on purpose. Is my coffee ready?
This is even making. So.
Okay.
Well, the light was, yes, it is.
Can you guys see this now?
That is one bad coffee. All right. Wow.
Let us just
Just post the address here so people can.
let's post it in Discord. Let's have people try it.
Okay.
Let's let them have their own tour. Let's see how that works.
I wonder
Still
what the
me?
screen
Well, that's
share-
good.
Oh, because you need to show it in the.
Okay, sorry, that was silly me. See, Marek is.
Now it should show.
Saving you guys.
Can you guys see my screen?
How about when we show the screen? Can you see it?
Okay. So we are here.
I'm gonna go in Discord, create the beta channel so people can start complaining.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the new website. This is the first post on the news where you can read about the stables. I have a little bit of an overview. If you guys want to share about Equine with your friends, this new website should give a little bit of
Tell
beta.
them it's the beta. Be kind.
We should.
We have some cool renders here, new renders that you guys haven't
It
seen
should be
before.
written better, goddamn.
Yeah, we're gonna post. We're gonna put that.
It should be on the website.
Like it's a
Yeah.
beautiful website.
And then-
There should be a
I
news
love
item.
I love the render.
We have a new FAQ section. Big thanks to Aero Creator for a lot of this content, most of it actually, if not all. And then this should help anyone who wants to know more without having to read through the whole white paper, which is also due for an update. And we go to the app. You guys have been waiting for this. It's not just my. Okay, you can still watch my screen, right? Just making sure. I'm traumatized. So-
Traumatized.
So we enter the website, the app. So this is the app. My wallet is already connected. So just for giggles, let me. Oh, it's already. See, it's loaded.
Yes.
Yeah, because the list view is fast, right?
So this is my account.
Well-
This is dark mode. I'm gonna leave dark mode on, I guess. I'm gonna log out just for the tech demo. I'm gonna hook up Eternal. And now this is when we figure out dark mode connection doesn't work. No, it works. Yes. Now you guys know how many characters my wallet password is.
On the test password. It doesn't matter. Yes.
It takes a little bit of time. There we go.
Here we are.
I
linked.
like how that looks.
So then these are the 3 horses in this test wallet. This is the list view. There's meant to be like either you want to watch with analytics or you want to watch a lot of
select
horses
from filters
or select. The filters
Yeah.
might not be perfect. Right now you can select activated even though there's no activated horse. You can see here the activate button is grayed out. This is going to be a shortcut to activate your Pioneer horses later on when this is live. We have a like button here. So this is the platform. The colors are not super organized, but
We'll change it.
they work. We're gonna break them up into sections. So there's a base section, chestnut section. We're gonna put
Okay.
them together. You can hover and see the name of the color if you have doubt. So sorrel chestnut, we have a sorrel chestnut. It's gonna work by filtering it that way. Can reset the filter here. We go to jockeys.
One guy loaded his horses and posted a screenshot. He's like, "Oh yeah."
Nice. So these are the jockeys. You can see their stats. I just realized, for example, that this needs to be white.
Yes.
Okay, so I
Like,
apologize.
we didn't test it in the dark mode
yeah,
enough.
yeah, I made this image, but I did not consider the alternative. So I apologize. Anyway, we go to horses, back to horses. We remove the list view. Well, this is still loading. Yeah, this takes a while. We're optimizing this. It should take less time.
The quality that you guys have done is just off the charts. This is beautiful.
We did spend quite some time making sure design is where it should be.
I remember when we all did the like the screens and everything, but to actually see it now all come together, it's awesome. It's beautiful.
Indeed, bugs which are making loading take longer. So we're also aware of that. It's taking about 3 times as long as it should, if not more. And my connection has been a bit spotty here. I'm using
in Vegas,
I'm using a roaming kind of connection that's a bit slow. So hopefully you guys have better loading times, but we're working on that as well. We realize this is taking longer than it should. So this is not just an animation. This is actually the 3D scene, which I left for last. There's a question, will they track stats, win losses, and types of conditions? So we'll give you a bunch of analytics, but not the full thing. We want to leave us room for those who want to specialize in that. Like, there's no fun if you're not making your own tools and your own spreadsheets and your own analysis, right, Troy?
Yeah, no. Not a whole lot of fun with it.
Or someone will come up with that, right? We want the community to have that option too.
Yeah.
Definitely taking longer than last.
I will reload this. There might be. Actually, I use ours. That's maybe faster. Let me connect again. There is something.
Speaking of the spreadsheets, JPS, he's our spreadsheet king.
For the jockey prices, at least.
Oh yeah,
Everything.
Yeah.
So I just made a.
You go.
I just love the way this website's laid out. I like the look of it. The look is very classy.
Yeah,
it's not a cheesy look. It is a classy look. It's very, very, very good.
We did have quite a few designs before we agreed, right? We had like 3 main designs and then sub designs in the designs.
Within them,
It's very classy. And it's nice to see that the quality of the NFT is being transferred over to actually the platform, because everybody loves the way their NFTs look. The way the horse looks and the color and all that and everything. It's so nice that that's actually being moved on, from the NFT into this, because it looks beautiful.
I like the alien horse. It's my favorite horse.
Is it really?
Yeah, the skins. Yeah, I'll be turning on the skins for sure. I'm not a classic mode user.
Yeah,
I'm a gamer. Bring me the sci-fi horses.
Yeah,
I want a unicorn racing against like the donkey with Charles Hoskinson. The farmer on it.
There's nothing to
do.
Nothing to do. Nothing.
No, sorry.
Are you imagining things?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I wonder why it's taking so long. I wonder if it's a lot of people loading it could cause.
This is loading quite longer than when we tested.
Yeah, it could be everybody's loading their stables at the same time.
Yeah, I wonder though.
I've seen if anybody can load the stable and post on Twitter on Discord, we can see if some of you are getting through or if it's a real trouble.
Yeah, if there is a throughput issue. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up a blockchain.
somebody just said so.
Everyone is saying something.
That's true. Everyone is saying something.
But yeah, it's we'll let you guys explore that.
Grandpa's doing do it better is saying that he's trying to log in with Ledger, don't know how.
Eternal connect, pair your ledger through Eternal, and then you can sign a transaction.
On Discord, he said. So
Yeah, it's okay.
You basically log in with Ledger, don't know how.
Yeah, you need to pair your wallet instead of restoring.
No, but like he already has the Ledger wallet, right, in Eternal, I assume. So then it should be simple.
You assume so, but yeah, maybe that's not because.
Yeah, so I guess Nick will reply.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fence maker jockey skin. Yeah, we should. But yeah, we should make one each of us and never use it because we don't have horses. Yeah, I want a jockey skin of me.
Make a jockey.
Yeah.
For everybody.
Yeah,
That'd be kind of cool. It'd be cool.
Okay, so this is taking ages to the extent that I think it might not be working. So let us figure this out. This is the loading screen. It's not the stables. The 3D stables are what we showed you in the reveal. So let's figure that out. But yeah, happy testing. We'll keep polishing this. And yeah, we basically need to polish this until it becomes the product it needs to be in the end. So thank you very much for tuning in. I will be ending this. We have a bunch of work to do at the convention, but we're happy to get this released out. We'll have our hands full with the new features plus improving these till we get there. But it's been a pleasure working towards this. It's a great milestone for us and for the team. And we look forward to bringing you more updates. We're looking forward to sharing with you guys the racing one day, social before that with the guilds, and then eventually lead up to that and share a few other exciting things. Keep an eye out for announcements, especially those who are coming to CNFTCon. You might want a Quinn plushie. There's probably going to be less than 90 of them for sale.
Yeah, more like 80, I think.
Yeah.
We have some competitions and stuff, so yeah.
Yeah, so maybe around 80 of them for sale. So you might, if you want to ask someone to get one for you, or if you're there, I don't want to cause a long queue or chaos, but just bear in mind that you might need to be a bit fast to get them. So Onais Escobar is reporting he is connected from Ledger Wallet. So
Nice.
that is good to hear.
Very nice.
Yeah, and we'll have to figure out what's going on with the 3D view.
No, we'll get that running. Running. All right. Yeah, and a big thanks to everyone who's helped us with this release, everyone who's standing with us now. We'll see you guys hopefully soon. We're gonna, if the ambience allows it,
Okay.
and the connection allows.
Yeah.
I wonder how much data remains on my mobile hotspot, but let's try. We'll stay in touch with you guys on Discord from time to time. Please understand we are traveling, so our connection might not always be the best. It's been let's say a long road to this release, both in the long run and the short run, but it's nowhere near the end of this journey. We are still very, very at the beginning of this. We haven't even, it's our first beta release, but we're super excited. I would like to thank the whole team for their contribution to this. Everyone who's worked day and night. Rachel for taking care of the CNFTCon activities while we worked on this release. Nick for staying up very long nights, helping bring all the pieces of code together. Zach is not with us, unfortunately. He was being with us in these times and supporting us whenever it's needed. For the community management team, Luke, Troy, and the Aero Creator for their support, and for the artist team who've made all the assets so far. And it's just, and the lovely community. Thanks is always due to everyone who is supporting this project. I thank you all, and we look forward to bringing you guys more updates. Thanks, thank you so much, and we will see you soon.
Peace.
Thanks.